Hey guys, Megadeth Jason here, and welcome to another edition of my Madden 2017 franchise. Um, I apologize, I haven't gotten a lot of gameplay in, and as some of you that watch may or may not have noticed, I've attempted to play this Week 4 game against the Cleveland Browns probably 3 other times already. One night I had internet connection issues. The other night I was just exhausted. Last night I was exhausted, so this is the fourth time. I've been working on some mad projects at work, so um, unfortunately, I've been kind of exhausted. So we'll try it this time and see what happens. I should be able to get a game or two in tonight. Um, just to go through here, we have some free agents that have contracts coming up at the end of the season. Uh, when you look at some of the names, Peterson, Barr, Floyd, Bridgewater, Robinson, Rhodes, McKinnon, Montgomery, Greenway, Bradford, Lamore, Steffen, Thaling, Johnson, Mitchell, and Tratow. The first half a dozen, there's probably six here alone that make up a big core of the team. Uh, I don't know if we're going to have enough money to sign everyone. I think we have an estimated 68 million in cap room that we're going to have in this upcoming off season. What I might attempt to do is trade either Bradford or Bridgewater after this game, just to see what I can get out of one of the two of them. Because I'm gonna need the extra draft picks, I think, because I don't know what's gonna happen in regards to what we're going to lose in free agency. As you can see, this is a pretty large list of available free agents or people that have expiring contracts coming up. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to see how Bridgewater performs this game against Cleveland and how I am with him, and we'll kind of go from there. I don't really know exactly what to do with Peterson either. Peterson's 32 now. He'll be 33 heading into the 2018 season. He just wants the 12.3 over 2 years plus a $6 million signing bonus, so it'd be an $18.4 million deal. That is kind of expensive, but spread out over 2 years, that's not so bad. His production was really decent last year. We won a rushing title with him in our first season, and he's been doing okay so far. So we'll see what happens here during this Cleveland game as well. It's something to kind of keep in the back of our mind, I think. So let's go ahead and get this game started. It is a color rush game, and it's a Thursday night game. So let's go ahead and get this rolling, and I will talk to you all at the end of the game.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. It's hard to imagine this not being a fun game to watch. It's the Vikings going up against the Browns. With that, let's get up to Cleveland. We're standing by our Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Thank you, Larry. From the shores of Lake Erie, EA Sports has coverage of the NFL from First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. Tonight, it's on to Week 4 as we've got a good Friday night matchup in store between the Minnesota Vikings and the Cleveland Browns. Hi again, everyone, with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Browns ball club. And they've lost 3 straight here, and it goes without saying, I guess, they could certainly use a win.
And how do they get a win? Because they've lost 3 straight, I think it's paramount that they get a fast, clean start to this game.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Vikings, an early season tilt. And when it's an early season tilt, should be ready to roll.
Well, let's face it, the aches and pains haven't really set in yet. And both teams eyeing a really good start to get things going.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. They'll be led out by their 6'5 quarterback, the former Missouri Tiger, Blaine Gabbert.
I remember scouting Blaine Gabbert in college, and watching him play, he reminded me of a great decathlete. That type of athletic ability with a really nice arm.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be stopped here on this first play as he gets it to the line of scrimmage and no more. The tackle made there by Linval Joseph. And a look at the offense that is hoping to put some points up in bunches here in this one. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. And, Charles, we get a look here at the key inactives, and I tell you what, a big list for being this early in the season.
If there's any silver lining at all, you're hoping you can get these guys back, and now you'll play well down the stretch with them. But what you're also hoping is that the guys who have to play for it.
It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Coleman, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Browns have taken the early lead. And they just ran the fly route there, didn't they?
You broke it down perfectly. He ends up catching that one and taking it all the way into the end zone.
Well, thanks. It was pretty simple to break down, though. I mean, that's just a guy going, running on the go route, making a play.
Speed,
kills.
Speed, speed. And what does it do?
It kills.
There you go.
It's up and through to make it 7-0 Browns. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. They'll be taken out by the product of the University of Louisville, the talented Teddy Bridgewater.
His stature isn't huge. He's not one of the big, strong-arm guys that you see coming into the league. But his touch, decision-making, ability to make plays, that's why Teddy Bridgewater has a chance to be a top quarterback in the league.
First carry now for Adrian Peterson. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
That's a nice play by the defense, but the offense can't let that one play define them. Let it go, move on, and start over again.
Get ready! Blue 58. Blue 58.
A play fake to Peterson. Now Bridgewater. It's caught. Michael Pruitt. And he's brought down after a good gain. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
First down, here's a run with Peterson. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. The starters now on offense, and Stephon Diggs, our first chance to see him today.
Brandon, remember we had this conversation about how highly recruited he was in high school. Didn't quite live up to it in college due to some injuries, but boy, has he hit the NFL like a bomb. Stephon Diggs, a crafty, mature route runner who can go the distance.
They run again with Peterson. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
And the defensive line controls the offensive front the way we just saw there. It doesn't allow any of the offensive linemen to leak downfield and get to the linebackers and block them on the second level. You end up with the type of play we just saw. Linebackers didn't have to fight anyone off, didn't have to knock anyone to the side.
Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. It's complete to Laquan Treadwell. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Everything about that play was beautiful. A great corner route where the receiver worked the defensive back inside and then broke back to the outside to the corner. But how about the throw by the quarterback? Anticipation on the break from inside to outside. He threw the football. As the receiver turned around, the ball greeted him.
That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. To the air again with Bridgewater. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Kenny Stills the intended receiver, and that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. So they're coming up here on the 9th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and goal.
All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense, but in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass, excellent job, way to knock it down. Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Adrian Peterson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And his kick is good. Well, they just put a little sizzle in their steak there. 1st quarter, 4th and goal, run it in. A boost.
I think they showed confidence in their defense by going for it. That's telling their defense, look, we're counting on you guys, and we know that we believe in you because we go for it here. Even if we don't get it, get field position on our side, and you'll stop them. Instead, they put it in the end zone and tally up 6 points.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. And the Browns offense back out there ready to take over. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
They come up in an offset eye. And a give this time to the tailback. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
They may have the edge on the scoreboard, but that hasn't made them passive, has it? I mean, they dialed up a pretty good run blitz there. And Brandon, you know that all blitzes aren't just designed to get to the quarterback and the passer. Sometimes you're just trying to take away every gap, every hole that might be created in the running game, and they did it to perfection and caused a fumble there.
Took away the gaps, took away the holes, took away the football. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch, counter punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. If you're an Adrian Peterson fan, that's the sign that you want to see right there on the other end. They got to learn to get him down, or this could be a long one.
And it's also the sign that his team wanted to see. Him making that type of a run, having a force and an impact on the game that early, that really demoralizes the defense because they realize it could be a long game trying to get him on the ground.
Now a play fake here on first down. And Rudolph has it left side. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Kyle Rudolph, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are able to strike for 6. Well, they had gone run the previous play. Nice little setup. This time they go play action. Defense bites a bit, and they hit for a big play in the end zone.
So they sold it really well, didn't they? Because it's just what you described. They ran it the previous play, come back with the same action, and now they step back and throw it and get a big play for a touchdown. But what happens as a defensive back is your eyes have to go to the right place. You always hear Coach talk about, are your eyes in the right spot? Well, this time the eyes went to the play action. It froze their feet. They weren't moving, and he went on past them and caught the pass for a touchdown.
And so we have the touchdown. Now here's Blair Walsh to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Vikings defense getting ready to go. And they forced that fumble the last time. And when it happens on a previous drive, you kind of get thirsty for it to happen again.
No doubt about it, because the person who created the turnover or the takeaway, he's getting the gold star. He's going to be the one we look at in film session and go, way to go. Everybody wants that praise from the coach. That means the next time out, you want it to be you.
Do they still hand out gold stars?
You know, amazingly enough, it's the simple things in life that motivate these guys.
A sticker, just a little gold sticker.
A little helmet sticker in college.
Yeah, put it on your fridge.
Put a little gold sticker on their scouting sheet. Things like that. They love that stuff.
Makes them feel good.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done. Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
So 1 yard to go here on third down. They come up in an offset eye. Now a handoff here to his running back. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs. 1 quarter in the books here on a Thursday night. 14-7 is the score. We'll return after this message. You're watching the NFL, and it's right here on EA Sports. Back with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Browns with a football to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a first down. First down throw for Gabbert. Complete here to Gary Barnidge. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it a second down.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. Play fake. Gabbert. He's got time. Looking deep downfield. The intended target was Corey Coleman. And that'll make it third down.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays. And you don't get many opportunities to dial them up. And they just did. And they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
One of the toughest things for an offensive lineman to learn is the ability to get in space and hit people who are moving targets. And linebackers are not easy ones to hit because they know how to move, juke, and make you miss. And that's exactly what he did on that play. A nice play for the defense.
So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's 2nd down. Gabbert now on 2nd down. Caught left side. It's Barnidge. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Give him 3 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Muscles him off. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
And he's brought down. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
I thought guys that were over 30 weren't supposed to run the football this well in the National Football League. How about that veteran leadership, a big-time run, combined with some nice blocking by his offensive line? showing that the ins and outs of being a veteran still has his place in this league. His odometer is not totally turned over yet.
They got 29 yards there. And the Vikings are going to have it now, 1st and goal.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once.
Open man is Treadwell, and he's got it for the Minnesota touchdown. Laquan Treadwell, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was the super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball out of the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Walsh now for the PAT. Play clock winding down. It's good, and it is now 21-7. And so we have the touchdown. Now here's Blair Walsh to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Now Gabbert, his throw incomplete. And now we're circling here around the 2-minute warning.
This is a setup play, trying to get one last one in before the clock warning.
On 3rd down, Gabbert. A minute 59 to go in the 1st half. More from Cleveland after this. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Larry Ridley is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this 1st half. It's taken to the 26. A good return there, 17 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Getting set to go here, Teddy Bridgewater and company marches back onto the field. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence. Does a great deal for your team. Gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration. Well, on that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Brandon, there's no doubt the defense has to be excited after stacking up back-to-back running plays. But I still remember my old coaches saying, after you've had some success, you better be careful. They might have an answer for you. So make sure you watch your keys, play your techniques, and don't get overconfident.
3rd and long for Bridgewater. It's caught by Treadwell. Touchdown, Vikings. Laquan Treadwell with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. And so we have the touchdown now. Here's Blair Walsh to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now the Browns offense trots back onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way,
now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. First down, Gabbert. The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman. Give him 16 on the pickup, and that'll be good for a Cleveland first. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They'll throw again. Gabbert throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. First down and 10 now for the offensive group.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Gabbert now to throw on first down. And his throw is incomplete. Throwing again, Gabbert on 2nd and 10. No, he almost had it. Already with 1 interception, just missing his 2nd there.
A pretty rocky start in this game for the guy throwing the ball. Already has thrown 1 interception. Almost threw a 2nd one right there. All he's doing right now is giving the defense a whole lot of confidence.
To throw, Gabbert. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. So here's Greg Zuerlein now as he'll try for the field goal. And this a 39-yard attempt. And Zuerlein's kick is good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So a field goal here. They're still down, but they put a dent into that lead before the break.
And that's got to feel good because now they've seen that they can put some more points on the board, and that gives them a whole second half to get back to where they want to be, and that's in the lead.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half.
Get ready! 180! 180!
They start the drive with Peterson. Fighting through. And he will perhaps get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And time has run out on this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, where Larry Ridley has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry?
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to our EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. The Browns trail at home at halftime.
Okay, well, so much for the halftime report here. Guy can't even finish his Snickers. We're going to get right to the third quarter. Let me spit this out. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Time to take a glance into what we've seen so far from Teddy Bridgewater. And a trio of touchdown passes so far. They've got the lead as well. All is good in their football world at this point.
And it's so much fun for our colleagues, right? Think about our producer, our director, everyone putting together these shots. Wouldn't you love to be in the truck right now and hear him calling for it? Give me that one, give me that one, give me that one. And we just saw 3 beautiful.
The third quarter starts with a run by Peterson. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
Let's go. Tiger!
Bridgewater gives to his tailback, Peterson. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
2nd down following the run. The first carry here for the former Golden Gopher. This is David Cobb. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to him back.
Bridgewater now. And the grab made by the tight end Pruitt. A pickup of 5 that time and a 1st down.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
That play almost seemed like a baseball play. See ball, hit ball. But in this case, see guy with ball, tackle guy with ball.
Let's go.
Bridgewater now on 2nd down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Williams. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal, field goal, field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're not winning at the point of attack for an offensive line, maybe they're getting out physical. Spread things out a little bit, make it more of a one-on-one blocking scheme. Then you don't have to win it physically. You just have to win it by position. That may open things up for your running backs.
On play action, Gabbert. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Browns make some inroads here on that deficit. So that's the rookie's first trip to the end zone, and I think it's safe to say one he'll always remember.
Oh, without a doubt. That one is going to be imprinted forever. And nowadays, we're seeing rookies make a greater impact at that position at receiver than ever before. I think mainly because of the sheer volume of footballs that they catch in college.
This one taken from the 7. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win.
Adrian Peterson, 30, 20, 10. run. 5, touchdown, Vikings. Adrian Peterson, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. The bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
And so we have the touchdown. Now here's Blair Walsh to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Our eyes shift now to the Vikings defense. Last drive, touchdown surrendered. Here, see if they can stop them.
It's always a constant battle of letting the last series go, good or bad, but especially bad. Give up a touchdown. Okay, forget the finger pointing, forget the blame. Go back out and play the defense you know you're capable of and help your team out.
And probably look to the leaders as always.
As always. There.
And he loses the football a second time. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. The play clock's running down. And some real confusion here. They won't even get to the line.
Delay of game, offense.
Yeah, baby!
Still first down.
Following the penalty, it's Peterson. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Give him a couple on the run there. It'll be 2nd and 13.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
And complete. Right side, the tight end Rudolph. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
And when an offense is doing a nice job selling the play-action pass, a lot of responsibility shifts to the linebackers. They're the ones that have to determine run or pass and get to the proper places on the field.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Now a play fake here on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll make it 2nd down. They'll need to get the play off quickly. Bridgewater a give. This is Peterson. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the... And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4. They'll run it. Here's Peterson. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be. But we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
Time running out here on the play clock. And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off.
Delay of game, offense.
Now Blair Walsh for the Viking field goal. And Walsh able to convert it as his kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
Now after the made field goal, Walsh back out to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. He juked him. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly
You
right.
like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Black 22! Black 22! Hey, watch that. Check flight 54.
Gabbard on 1st down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down. Another pistol look here. They'll come out in the pistol. And now we've got flags down. Looked like one of the Browns might have moved.
False start, offense.
Second down, Gabbard. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And down he'll go at the 25. Give him 8 on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. On 3rd down, Gabbard. Going down the middle, And it's complete. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
Watch left. Stop right there. Hey, green the line. Four down.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Offside. Defense.
And after a nice gain, they don't need the penalty. They'll decline it, take the ball where the play resulted.
Down. Back 22.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that. And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now, there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand,
Offside.
partner.
Defense. A penalty is declared.
Zerline now for the PAT. And the lead will be cut down to 14. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. Oh, and did the Browns get it? I think so, yes. Well, that certainly makes things more interesting. You get the score, then you get the onside kick. A little uphill battle still, but a start.
It's not mission accomplished, but the plan is working. They are in a great spot right now, and the best part, they put the defense right back out on the field after having already scored.
Yeah, they've got the momentum here now. A first down throw for Gabbert. Penalty marker is down here. And his throw here's incomplete.
Holding. Offense.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move.
Gabbert. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd. It looked like he might have had a window there, but the rhythm was just a little bit off.
It certainly was, because everything that has to come together to get a pass completed, yeah, you're right. The sync just wasn't there.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. 3rd and long for Gabbert. And there's a flag on the field. And this is going to be incomplete.
Holding. Offense.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Back 22.
Desperation time. Gabbert on 4th. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he's brought down after a good game. 26 yards on the play there. And they're able to move the chains as they convert on 4th and long. And this will probably be the last play they can squeeze in here before the 2-minute warning.
Defense always has to be careful in this situation. A lot of teams like to take a shot.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Fresh set of downs here. Gabbert now to throw on first down. To the right side to Aiken. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And no doubt, this is what you call a bounce-back game from a week ago.
And absolutely zero to think about our meeting with the coaches. I mean, all they kept talking about was, well, you know, if you had a bad game last week, it won't happen again. There won't be 2 in a row. We'll bear the brunt of what happened from the week before.
Yeah, they were giving us all the cliches, hoping he would right the ship, and he has. Red zone opportunity. To the air again, Gabbert. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Linval Joseph in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. And they're going to speed things up here. Gabbert from the gun on third down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turnover 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing, but I'll guarantee you, it's not very good.
Holding offense.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. They run with Peterson. He's been busy tonight. They'll try to get forward, but he's going to be stopped in his tracks at about the 3. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. Peterson alone in the backfield. And they'll give it to him here. And he's going to be taken. And now the Browns are going to take another timeout. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down. So second down was a run play. Now let's see what they do on third. Back near the goal line, Bridgewater. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And they're going to get this one all the way out to the 25-yard line. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. Now it's AP, Adrian Peterson. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Brought down that time by Christian Kirksey.
Well, he didn't make headway on that one, but he's had plenty of carries all night long. I just wonder if maybe he's a little bit tired from toting the rock that much.
Let's go. Line 90.
Carry number 20 now for Peterson. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
Yeah, let me pump out my chest a little bit, even though I'm not rooting for either team. That was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
Bridgewater fakes a give to Peterson. And he's able to find Diggs. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. All right, Charles, so you win the game. Not only do you get the W in the left-hand column, you get some momentum for the coming week.
Now when you go into the week and you're telling the guys what mistakes have to be corrected, what we have to do to win going forward, you have their full attention.
There you have it. The Minnesota Vikings defeat the Cleveland Browns 38-24. I thought that was going to be a little bit of a closer game. Cleveland made it interesting, though. They started to come back there towards the end of the game. I think maybe if there would have been a bit more time, they might have stood a chance. They did score the first points of the game, which I thought made things a little bit interesting, but they lose. We'll go ahead and take a look at the stats here. Teddy Bridgewater, 135.2, 15 for 18 for 260 yards, 3 TDs, and 1 pick. Rushing, Adrian Peterson had 20 carries for 116 yards and 2 TDs. David Cobb, 2 carries for 2 yards, Receiving, Rudolph, 6 for 104 and a touchdown. Pruitt, 4 for 37. Treadwell, 3 for 86 and 2 TDs. Diggs, 1 for 25, and Peterson, 1 for 8. So go ahead and end there, and I will see you all in the next game.